Okay, I went and put a mounting boss on here, the head type, and I created a couple of reference planes here, and I'll just show you how I did it. I drew a couple of construction lines, and it's based on the midpoint of these two edges here, and I drew it on this face just for reference. These are both on the same sketch. The sketch right here. Choose plane, and the first thing you got to do is, I'm going to make it just perpendicular to the top plane. I did the same thing with this, but my second point, I'm going to select this line, so that fully defines the sketch, so, or the plane right there. So, and I'm doing this so I can mirror the parts. So, so I'll select the mounting boss, mirror that plane. That's got us a duplicate. Okay, then I'll select that. Now, let's just mirror it about this plane. We'll select that feature, and I guess it's working. So anyway, that created us a couple of head type mounting bosses. Now if I wanted to change the parameters, all I got to do is edit this base unit here, since the rest of these are all copies, and you can see here what all the parameters are pretty self-explanatory, including the fins and so forth. And this fin I actually aligned with one of these edges, so it's actually aligned, and then I went in later and adjusted, put some dimensions on the sketch that's generated, so it's 20 by 20 mil, but I did this after the fact. I couldn't tell if I could do that in process or not. But at any rate, let's go change the A parameter, make this like 20 millimeters high. Okay, and I'll cancel out of that, and they're all, now 20 millimeters. And this is that original box that I had in the other drawing, but I just, changed the width and the height, to be more workable for this demonstration. So again, that's one of the advantages of parametric CAD, is that you can do that, and have it shift any other features, automatically. Anyway, now I was gonna mirror this part, but since I since I created it with the stupid thicken command, remember how that thickens the part? It's not exactly, it thickens it normal to the face. So because of that, it's hard to create a mirror based on that face as a, as a reference. So it kind of shows you the result. That's why it's better to use these techniques in a shell, because it doesn't do that. So, but at any rate, I'm probably going to have to go use a plane to chop this in two, to try to, level it. But anyway, my plan is to try to mirror these, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do this way, because I won't be able to edit the type of boss we got here. I don't think I'm going to be able to change it, since it's just a copy. And I don't think there's any way to explode these as into discrete features or entities. But see, like I said, if you look, this is normal to the view, so I mean, you can see the angle there. Anyway, I'll just go create a planar surface based on two of those, so that ought to chop that thing in half. So I can, you can see what the difference is. So so I'll use the cut with surface command. Select surface for cut. Select surface for cut, and we're really just going to use selected bodies. So And I guess it's auto selecting the bodies, but I'm going to deliberately select the bodies. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Okay, I'm going to change our cutting direction here, what we're going to keep, or what we're going to remove, rather. So, okay, alright, I'm going to use the delete face command here. Nope. Okay, well I had to, that won't work, so I had to come and use this, because apparently the command's different. You know, it told me you couldn't delete a body or face. Anyway, but that should allow our command to, our mirror command to proceed properly. Okay. Okay, our plane is going to be that. Okay. Features to mirror, no, we want bodies to mirror. Okay. I don't know if that's going to work. It's not giving me a preview. No, it did work. Okay, now let's look at it from... Seriously? This is such an ignorant command. Okay, now you can see here, you know, that we have the same type of body, you know. So again, I doubt that we can edit that feature, because I'd like this to be the female version of this. That's why originally I was thinking of actually, before I applied bosses, you know, making a mirror of this thing, just so I would have a pristine copy. You know, I doubt that I'll be able to edit these, you know, without changing these two. So, you know, the thing is too is that, you know, I guarantee you, since this whole thing is a mirror, you know, if I change one, I'll probably change the other by default. Let me try that. Now, believe it or not, you know, I put that hole in it, and it, you know, it didn't reflect up to there. So maybe this is an independent copy. Let's look at it and see what we got in bodies. Yeah, it's qualified as a mirror, but that's interesting. And I guess the feature, you know, since it's added after the fact, you know, in the tree, you know, doesn't reflect up to the copied body. So if I put it up here, what the hell's that? I don't know why I can't promote this. You know, there should be like an arrow key. Okay, see, if I put it there, you know, then it is reflected to the mirror. But since it's, you know, done after the fact, you know, it's not applied to that. So, you know, that's how the hierarchy works for you. Yeah, but see, since these are just mirrors, you know, I'm not going to be able to go edit the individual features. You know, I'm just going to bring back to the mirror. So what I'd probably have to do is, you know, use the delete, you know, surface command. But I don't know, though. That would probably be a big mess, trying to go back and do that after the fact. Because these aren't looked at as individual features. So, I mean, you know, it's just part of a mirror. So, you know, I'm probably not going to be able to do anything with that. You know, that wouldn't be very cumbersome. So, anyway, again, this is a situation where you'd want to, you know, when it comes to the mirror, you know, you'd want to try to put the mirror to this before these operations. But I have to move all these around to do that. So, you know, like our surface plane and our cut operation, I'd have to put before I put a mounting boss in here, you know, because that's where a mounting boss, so it'd have to be right after the thicken operation. You know, let me see if I can do that. I doubt that I can do that. Okay, I did manage to move the surface up there. Now the body delete. Well, no, the surface cut is what I got to move up now. Oops. Moved it too far. Okay, so that's got our cutting operation now taking place before I added the mounting bosses. So now let's see if I can move this mirror operation up before I added the mounting bosses. Okay, it worked. So basically we got our mounting bosses now in one, but they're absent from the other. So that's how to, manipulate things in the tree here. So I guess working from in here, I'll try to, put another mounting boss on this plane. That was interesting. Okay. This time we want the female version of it. But I need to go try to locate that point there to be 20 by 20 millimeters off. But that may have to wait till after the fact. So I'll just hit OK right there, and then let me go edit the sketch here. It's really in the best position because I based it off those inner edges in there, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to see them here. So, now, so 20, and normally I wouldn't really lay this out this way, but I'm just trying this experimentally. So okay, so that's what I'm looking for in terms of the position. So hopefully they'll align. Like I said, that's another inconsistency. I can't just click to exit my sketch. I have to come over here and do it. Okay, but that looks like it's got our female version of that in there, so I can go edit that and try to extend that out a little bit. Editing the A dimension, make it like 20. Okay, 25. That's probably a little too far. You're supposed to be able to, okay, that's good. But you're supposed to go select mounting face. Now, I don't know what that means. But let me try it real quick and I'll get back. Okay, it looks like it works. So let me select mounting face. And you really got to select like this, and then voila, it seems to have adjusted the parameters to make with that face automatically. And again, we do have a clearance established, so I could say 1 millimeter instead of 0.254, and I'm just going to leave it at 0.254. But anyway, it appears that since we got our shit aligned properly, that works fine. So, again, that's the female. So, so you do have, again, a thread depth, like F. So that's only about height of the boss step. Actually, it's G. G is the depth of our thread, so it's 5 millimeters in, but we can go, at least 15 millimeters in. So, in this case, so, that's going to be the depth of our screw into that. So, anyway, you go ahead and hit OK, and, that really should give us, what we're looking for. Now let me mirror all these about those planes, and see what we end up with here. Okay, now that I've mirrored them all, you can see what the internal geometry that results is. Now there's one thing I forgot to do, and I can tell you by looking at it that I forgot to align the fins. So let me go back and do that real quick. So since I never showed you how I did that. Okay, so you come down to your fin section. You can choose how many fins you want, etc. But you can also choose to a vector for alignment. Now he chose a plane, but it works okay with an edge as well. So that aligns at least one of these fins to that vector. So if I choose OK, now you can see that it edited all of our fin geometry so that it's aligned. So that you can see how these things are mating with each other. So it looks to me like, I'm not really sure about the clearances on this. It looks like these two might not be mating properly. So it looks like it didn't adjust, to that, the data here. So let me correct that. Well, I've got to go correct it based on this one, but let me edit it. This is going to be hard to do. I really should be looking at the cross section of that over there, I guess. But we're looking for, this D dimension here. That should be greater than our equivalent dimension on, or less. I'm going to go ahead and thin it out here. Instead of making it 5 millimeter, I'm going to make it 4. I don't know if that'll work or not. I won't know until I hit OK. Okay, well, I guess that was the wrong. It's the wrong one to choose. Yeah, because like I said, I should have gone the other way with it. What am I thinking? Like I said, I should adjust my thing over there so I can actually see the results. My cutting plane should be adjusted over there so I can see the results. But yeah, D. So D, instead of being 4, let's make 6. Okay, that's pretty close. So I'll just hit 7. Okay, that's a little oversized, but what's interesting here is we don't have any clearance either. I mean, that's like, that wouldn't be good in practice. That is the clearance between these two faces, but not these two. So, I probably should have selected that, more faces or something. I don't know if it'll let you do that. But anyway, I just went ahead and changed that F parameter to 2 millimeters, but I don't know if I could have selected like that face and that face, and had it work, because apparently I could select multiple faces, so, it probably would have worked. So, anyway, just for future reference, that'd be worth trying. Oh, shit.